Today's video is crucial if you've ever felt trapped by narcissistic trauma. We're diving deep into how you can move on and heal. Whether you're just starting your journey or looking for that final push towards recovery, this guide is tailored just for you. Don't miss out on our bonus tip at the end of the video. It's a highly effective strategy that can truly accelerate your healing process, giving you a stronger foundation to rebuild your life. Stay tuned for it. 1. Confronting the myth of the narcissist's charm. The charm of a narcissist is often one of the first qualities that draws people in. It's critical to recognize that this charm isn't based on genuine empathy or connection. Narcissists are skilled at presenting themselves as appealing and attentive, using their charm as a strategic tool to manipulate and control relationships. This behavior is not about sharing a mutual bond, but about serving their own needs and maintaining dominance. For those who have endured the trauma of a narcissistic relationship, it's important to dissect these interactions and see them for what they are: tactics employed to create a dependency. A narcissist's charm often comes in bursts that coincide with their needs. They are charming when it benefits them, and this charm evaporates when they no longer need something from their partner. Understanding this pattern is vital for moving forward. It helps in realizing that the connection was not lost because of your failings, but rather never existed in the way you believed. This awareness is the first step in healing, allowing you to detach from the illusion that the narcissist created and start focusing on genuine emotional connections that are reciprocated and healthy. Recognizing these patterns also empowers you to establish healthier boundaries in future relationships. It's about knowing the signs early on and being able to step back before getting too involved. The goal is to prevent history from repeating itself, fostering relationships built on real trust and mutual respect. This knowledge not only aids in recovery, but also in building stronger, more authentic connections moving forward. 2. Mourning the loss and processing grief. It's essential to acknowledge the pain of discovering that the person you loved did not exist in the way you believed. This grief is not just about the end of a relationship, but about coming to terms with the realization that the emotional bond you thought was mutual was based on manipulation. This process involves mourning not only the partner you thought you knew, but also the future you had envisioned together. By allowing yourself to fully experience this grief, you pave the way for genuine healing. Avoiding this grief, on the other hand, can lead to prolonged suffering. It might feel easier in the short term to push these feelings aside or distract yourself, but unresolved grief can surface in other ways, potentially leading to issues in future relationships or personal well-being. To effectively process this grief, it's important to confront it head-on. This might mean seeking the support of a therapist or a support group, where you can express your feelings and receive validation without judgment. The goal is not to erase the past, but to understand and accept it, which diminishes the control it holds over your life. As you work through your grief, you'll likely discover a sense of liberation and a clearer understanding of what you truly need and deserve in a relationship. Embracing this process is a step toward healing, enabling you to move forward with a stronger, healthier outlook on life and relationships. 3. Breaking the cycle of blame. In such relationships, it's common for the narcissist to shift all blame to their partner, leading to a cycle where the partner begins to internalize this blame and believe they are at fault for the problems in the relationship. To move past this, it's crucial to start shifting from self-blame to self-compassion. One practical exercise to facilitate this shift is the thought record sheet, which is used widely in cognitive behavioral therapy. Start by writing down a specific incident where you felt blamed during the relationship. Next, identify the negative thoughts you had about yourself because of the incident. Challenge these thoughts by looking for evidence that contradicts them. For example, if you wrote, "I'm to blame for her unhappiness," counter that by listing instances where you provided support and care. Another useful exercise is the self-compassion pause. Whenever you find yourself spiraling into self-blame, pause. Place a hand over your heart, breathe deeply, and speak to yourself with kindness, as you would to a friend in distress. Say things like, "This is a moment of suffering, it's not my fault, and I deserve compassion." These exercises help reframe your thoughts, allowing you to dissociate your personal identity from the abuser's actions and begin to see yourself in a more accurate and kind light. Over time, these practices can significantly reduce the burden of self-blame and foster a healthier self-esteem, crucial steps towards healing and moving forward. I hope you're finding this video helpful so far. If you are, could you show some support? A quick like, a comment, or even a subscribe really makes a big difference. Thank you. 4. Recognizing and addressing complex trauma. Complex trauma often manifests through a range of symptoms that might seem overwhelming at first. You might experience hypervigilance, where you're constantly on edge, scanning for danger that feels like it could come at any moment. Anxiety, persistent sadness, trouble concentrating, and disruptions in sleep are common indicators that your mental health has been significantly impacted. It's vital to understand that these symptoms are not just passing struggles. They are signals from your mind and body urging you to seek help. Engaging with a mental health professional who specializes in trauma can provide you with the tools to manage and eventually heal these wounds. Therapy can offer a safe space to unpack the emotional burden you've been carrying and start to make sense of your experiences. Professional help often involves techniques such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, or eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR, which have been proven effective in treating trauma. These approaches help you process the traumatic memories safely and teach you strategies to regain control over your emotional responses. Taking this step towards therapy is not a sign of weakness, but a brave decision to reclaim your life. It's about making a commitment to your well-being and ensuring you have the support needed to navigate this complex healing process. Healing from complex trauma is a journey, and professional guidance is key to making it a journey towards a stronger, more resilient you. 5. Rebuilding identity and self-worth. It's time to focus on rediscovering who you are outside of that relationship. Start by reconnecting with interests, goals, and passions that might have been put aside. These are not just hobbies. They are reflections of your core self and pathways to regaining your sense of individuality. Begin by listing activities you once enjoyed or had an interest in exploring before your relationship influenced your choices. Whether it's sports, art, music, reading, or learning new skills, these are vital pieces of your identity puzzle. Engaging in these activities can bring a sense of accomplishment and joy that is crucial for rebuilding self-esteem. Setting personal goals is another powerful strategy. These should be specific, achievable targets that motivate you, from career aspirations to personal health objectives. Achieving these goals can significantly boost your confidence and reinforce your sense of self-worth. Also, consider expanding your social circle. Connecting with new people or rekindling old friendships can provide fresh perspectives and supportive relationships. These connections are important, as they help you see and affirm your value through the eyes of others who appreciate and respect you. Above all, be patient with yourself during this process. Rebuilding identity and self-worth doesn't happen overnight. Every step you take towards rediscovering your interests and setting goals is a step towards a stronger, more independent you. This journey is about creating a life where you feel empowered and fulfilled on your own terms. 6. Establishing boundaries and pursuing happiness. This is essential to safeguarding your emotional health and ensuring your future happiness. This process involves clearly defining what you are and are not willing to tolerate from others. It's about learning to say no, to stand up for yourself, and to make your well-being a priority. Begin by reflecting on past experiences and identifying specific behaviors that made you feel disrespected, undervalued, or manipulated. Use these reflections to set clear, non-negotiable limits that protect your emotional space. For instance, you might decide that any form of dishonesty or emotional manipulation is a deal-breaker for you. Communicate these boundaries clearly to those around you. Healthy relationships are based on mutual respect, and those who care about your well-being will respect your boundaries. Be consistent in enforcing them, and don't be afraid to reevaluate relationships if others consistently disregard your limits. Additionally, it's crucial to nurture relationships that honor these boundaries. Invest time and energy in people who support your growth and respect your needs. These relationships can provide positive interactions that reinforce your self-worth and contribute to your overall happiness. Setting boundaries is not a one-time act, but a continuous process that plays a critical role in maintaining healthy interactions and pursuing a happy, fulfilling life. As you become more accustomed to asserting your boundaries, you'll likely find greater satisfaction in your relationships and an increased sense of control over your emotional environment. For our bonus tip, we strongly recommend using emotional writing exercises. These exercises allow you to externalize your feelings, clarify your thoughts, and affirm your decisions to move forward. Start with a simple activity called free writing. Set a timer for about 20 minutes, and write continuously about your experiences, feelings, and thoughts related to your past relationship. Don't worry about grammar or structure. This exercise is purely for your eyes. The goal is to let out emotions and thoughts that might be bottled up inside. Another useful exercise is the letter you never send. Write a letter to your ex-partner expressing everything you feel and wish you could have said. Pouring these emotions into words can be liberating. You don't need to send this letter. Its purpose is to help you externalize the pain and reclaim your voice. Lastly, try future scripting. Write about where you see yourself in the future, focusing on positive outcomes and feelings. Describe your life without the influence of the narcissistic relationship, envisioning the happiness and peace you deserve. These writing exercises aren't just therapeutic. They help validate your feelings and recognize the reality of the abuse you endured. By acknowledging these feelings on paper, you can start to let them go, making room for more positive, constructive emotions and experiences in your life. This method not only helps heal emotional wounds, but also strengthens your resolve to move on and rebuild a happier, healthier life. Learn more with our video on the long-term effects of living with a narcissist, or discover the impact it has on your physical health. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.